Let's talk about Beast Boy in my DC cinematic universe. So starting off in the comics, this dude's origin is he was dying of a horrible blood disease, and the only cure was a blood transfusion from this one type of green monkey that lived in the jungle. And getting that blood transfusion gave him the ability to transform into all animals, which even for comic book logic has always been nonsense to me. So in my DC cinematic universe, Garfield Logan is actually the son of Ms. Martian, and she, in turn, is the daughter of Martian Manhunter. After John's true nature as an alien has finally been revealed in my first Justice Society movie, he decides to actually start trying to integrate into humanity. He's been keeping a distance because he's been afraid of xenophobia with the fact that he's an actual, literal alien from outer space. But after the rest of the Justice Society accepts him and loves him for who he is, he realizes maybe he should try loving himself for who he is and see if he can find love on this world. And he does. He finds a lovely woman, they get married, and they have a daughter, and they name her Magan. She gets the same full range of Martian powers inherited from her father, but was stated to be a little bit weaker, but you'll never actually really fucking see it. She's still a fucking beast in her own right. I'm just trying to explain, half Martian is weaker than full Martian, and therefore quarter Martian is weaker than that. Magan would eventually meet a man named Mark Logan, fall in love, get married, and then she would have a kid, and that kid would be named Garfield. But there would be a pretty big problem. Being 1/4 Martian, he still had his green skin, but he didn't inherit any of the really cool Martian abilities from his mom. He only has shape-shifting. He can't phase through walls, he can't fly, he's not psychic, he doesn't get any of the cool Martian types of vision. What he has is shape-shifting, and he can't even change his color when doing that. He still maintains stuff like the density shifting abilities, but it's in tandem with his shape-shifting, which is why he can transform into a giant, almost 2,000-pound rhinoceros. But again, he remains green during this. And unfortunately, that kind of doxes this kid's secret identity. He's green from the get-go. He doesn't get what I'm calling secret identity privilege, because you can't really hide this. For his childhood, his mom has to be by his side at all times, projecting a psychic image of normal skin tone over this kid, or else he gets exposed as being part Martian. So to avoid the strain that having to do that 24/7 would cause, he gets homeschooled most of his life. And look, his mom is great and all, but eventually the homeschooling and the feeling of isolation from the outside world, since he literally can't go outside without his mom, without people realizing that he's descended from the Martian family, it really wears on this kid. It really stresses him out. And that's why when Titans Academy gets founded, a safe haven for the superpowered kids of the superhero community in general, she leaps at the chance to enroll her kid. After the events of my third Justice Society movie, yeah, she doesn't want to be a superhero anymore, but a place where this dude can make friends within the community, not be judged for the color of his skin, and practice his full mastery of powers, she can't turn that opportunity down, and he loves it. He gets to go hang out with kids his own age. He starts making friends, and that's where the really bombastic personality starts coming out, because he's overcompensating for being homeschooled and isolated his whole life. That's why he's so snarky. That's why he's so sassy. That's why he's so flirty. That's why he's so everything, because the kid's overcompensating. Because this is the first time he's ever got to really make friends. And it is also this sense of being ostracized by society that gets him his two most important friendships at Titans Academy. One being Rachel Roth, Raven. She grew up in a cult and is now literally channeling the powers of the devil through her body. And then Victor Stone, Cyborg, another guy who can't hide who he is from the world. He doesn't get to have a secret identity, because when you look at him, you know that he's Cyborg. This leads to that classic Beast Boy Raven romance that we all love so much, and it leads to the classic Beast Boy Cyborg bromance that we all love so much. Those three kids become three of the best friends within the Titans. That's happening because this kid rules? That's my Beast Boy.